11.1 and 11.2, so close to the finish line. So what you're going to do is get your client to read back over all of the gifts from step 4. So you flash back to step 4, get them to read over all those gifts, all the things that they gained, all the traits, archetypes, blah, 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 blah. Then you're going to get them to come up with an adjective, which is a descriptive word, and then an archetype. And you're going to put them together, and and they just pick one. So one adjective, one archetype put together. And you're going to ask them the question, who did this person help you become? Some examples so it makes sense to them: an integrated father, a strong mother, a brave husband, a caring woman, a loving leader, a divine feminine. You may or may not use words from the list. So the whole list they came up with, they don't have to use any of the words on there, or they may use one, or they may use both. It does not matter. So one adjective, one archetype. Who did this person help you become? And whatever comes up for them is perfect. Now, a bonus question. I don't always do this one, but it is a nice bonus question. So say they came up with a loving leader. Say that's their answer they come up with. Awesome. So I get them to do the bonus question is, in that moment, the mirror moment, back when you were, when, where, what happened, go back to that moment. In that exact moment, did this person, the person you're doing the process on, did this person have one of these, the archetype? I'll use loving leader. Did this person have a loving leader in their life in that exact moment when they did the trait? Often it's going to be no. I've only had one ever say yes to it, but often it's going to say no. No, they didn't. Awesome. That's why they helped you become it. And oh my God, you get a little tear there sometimes as well. So that's a bonus question. Don't have to use it, but it's a nice one if you want to. Now, 11.2. So it looks a little bit different on the sheet versus the online document. So step 1 is the archetype. Awesome. Whack in the bonus question there if you want to. And then this is more hypnotic language. So you're just going to read this to them. So I get them to close their eyes, and you're just going to read this out to them. So this is actually down here. So this is the thing that you're reading out. So I'll read out from the sheet, and then you can use whatever version that resonates most for you. So close their eyes, roll their shoulders back, open up their heart space, place one hand on their heart, and take a big deep breath into your heart. And read it out like this. So if this person, say the parent, or let's use dad, or use dad for this. If dad couldn't have been any other way, and this moment couldn't have been any other way, this means you couldn't have been any other way. Do you see that? And do you feel that? And sometimes I repeat it a couple of times, that this person could not have been any other way. This moment couldn't have been any other way. And you could not have been any other way. And then they say, yep, awesome, I see that, I feel that, awesome. Then you don't have to swear, but it's nice. You can if you want to. Thank fuck. Thank fuck this person did what they did for you to be the gift you are today. You can say thank God, thank goodness, thank whatever. Thank fuck. I'm a swearer, so I like to use it. But thank fuck, right? And sometimes they giggle and smile like, oh my God, thank God they did that for me, right? And then the last clarifying question, would you change any of this? Would you change any of this? If they say yes, then you've missed a step. You have not completed a step properly, because then you've got to figure out which it is. Okay, well, why would you? Then you've got to do like some probing around. I don't have like specifics of how to do that because it depends what question you've missed over. So I would just say, okay, why is it? Why would you change this? And you've got to be a detective now and be like, okay, because the trait still sucks. Okay, because I hated that trait. Okay, well, it sounds like you haven't got enough gifts to figure out the gifts that come along with the trait, and maybe you haven't owned the trait well enough. Oh, it's because I wanted love instead. Okay, well, you didn't see enough downsides to love that you would have lost if you actually got love. So you got to figure out, using the reasoning, what step have you missed? So if you do it properly, I've never had anyone say that they would change this. I've never had anyone say that. So if you do, you're going to have to figure out what question did you not answer properly, or get them to recognize and close the loop off properly. You can certainly do it. You just got to figure out which it is and go back to that question and close that loop off properly, and then get them to say, would you change any of this? The answer will be no. Okay, so that was that there. No, awesome. Then you move on to the final question. So the final question, can you see, feel, and understand that this all happened for you to help you become who you were born to be? And if you've answered this, they will not say no to it. If they do, again, you've missed a step. They're lying or there's a block there. You've missed something. But they will say yes. I've never had anyone, especially if they say that part, that they wouldn't change any of it, that they will not say it here. So if you've done that, you shouldn't have any problems here. Anyways, if they say yes, we move on to the final step, okay? So that is step 11.1 and 11.2. Now on the online document version, it's up here and then it's down here. I may move it in the future just to make it look cleaner, but it's right there. You can tick that box if you want to. Would you change any of this? No, you wouldn't. And can you see, feel, and understand that this will happen for you? Blah, 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 blah. Fantastic. Boom. You have done the process. Now we've got one final step to do to wrap this up.